Goldberg stands as one of the most explosive and dominant forces in professional wrestling history, a powerhouse whose intensity and destruction inside the ring created an aura that even the biggest superstars could not ignore. Known for his unstoppable streak and unmatched aggression, Goldberg built a reputation as a competitor who wasted no time and showed no mercy. When his path crossed with The Rock, one of the most charismatic and confident figures in WWE, the collision felt monumental. Yet beneath the bright lights and bold words, there was a sense that Goldberg represented something different, something raw and dangerous that even The Rock had to take seriously. Goldberg's presence was unlike anyone else's. From the moment his entrance music hit and sparks filled the stage, the atmosphere shifted. He walked to the ring with intensity burning in his eyes, jaw clenched, fists taped, ready for combat. There were no long speeches or elaborate mind games, just focus and fury. The Rock thrived on verbal exchanges and crowd energy, but Goldberg thrived on impact. When the bell rang, he did not look to entertain with flashy counters or drawn-out theatrics. He aimed to dominate quickly and decisively. When Goldberg faced The Rock, fans witnessed a clash of styles that defined power versus charisma. The Rock was known for his resilience and ability to electrify an audience even in the toughest moments, but Goldberg brought a level of physicality that was overwhelming. Each spear felt like a collision between worlds, driving opponents to the mat with devastating force. When Goldberg hoisted The Rock up for the jackhammer, it symbolized more than just a finishing move, it was a statement of superiority. In their encounter, Goldberg defeated The Rock in commanding fashion, proving that brute strength and relentless aggression could overpower even the most electrifying superstar in sports entertainment. That victory carried significant weight because The Rock was not easily beaten. He was a multiple-time world champion, a main event attraction, and a performer who had conquered nearly every challenge placed before him. For Goldberg to step into that spotlight and defeat him so decisively reinforced his aura as an unstoppable force. It showed that no amount of charisma or confidence could fully shield someone from the raw power Goldberg unleashed. The match was short, intense, and impactful, fitting perfectly with Goldberg's reputation for ending fights quickly. What made Goldberg so intimidating was not just his size or strength, but his mindset. He entered every contest as if it were a fight rather than a performance. His offense was direct and punishing, leaving little room for recovery. Opponents often looked cautious when standing across from him, knowing that one mistake could lead to a spear and a swift end. Against someone like The Rock, who thrived on momentum and crowd connection, that constant threat disrupted rhythm and forced adjustments. Goldberg's ability to control the pace and impose his will made him a unique challenge for anyone, even a legend. Beyond that single high-profile victory, Goldberg's career has been defined by dominance. His historic undefeated streak in WCW cemented him as a phenomenon, and his impact carried over into WWE, where he continued to collect championships and headline major events. He represented intensity in its purest form, a competitor who did not rely on long rivalries or complex storytelling to make an impression. His presence alone created anticipation, and his matches often felt like high-speed collisions rather than traditional contests. For The Rock, facing Goldberg was stepping into a different kind of battle. While The Rock could trade words with anyone and match them blow for blow in dramatic showdowns, Goldberg brought an unpredictable explosiveness that shifted the dynamic. The decisive nature of Goldberg's win demonstrated that in wrestling, styles make fights, and sometimes overwhelming power can silence even the loudest confidence. Goldberg's legacy remains tied to moments like that, moments where he stood across from an icon and left with his hand raised. He may not have engaged in extended wars of words, but he spoke loudly through action. The spear and the jackhammer became symbols of inevitability, and when delivered to someone of The Rock's stature, they carried even greater meaning. Decades later, that clash is still remembered as a meeting of titans where power triumphed emphatically. In the grand story of professional wrestling, Goldberg's dominance over The Rock stands as proof that intensity and strength can redefine expectations. He was not just another challenger, he was a force capable of shaking even the most electrifying foundations. Goldberg's name remains synonymous with destruction, and his victory over The Rock continues to highlight the fearsome reputation he built every time he stepped into the ring.